Stop the music. Let's get going. It's time. I want to do the thing. Let's go. Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It is so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is September 4th, 2025, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. How you doing there, chat room? Looks like Charlie doesn't know about this logo. I might have to do a little bit of work on that. I'm excited. I've made some progress. I've been working on some things for TagsApp, our social media application. I want to get in. I want to get active, building, working on that. I think there's some cool things that we're going to be able to do with Aspire to make it better. Well, I'm not quite there yet, but I think we've already made the application better for developers that want to participate in TagsApp. Let me say hello to the folks that are here. We'll start with Surly Dev. Good afternoon to you. Yes, you got the hat there. Let me see. Hello, Billy Cool. Good. Hello. Good to see you. And Codebase Alpha, Dapper. How's it going there? Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, Charlie is live in the background. I see the map filling out. That's fantastic. We'll get into more and we'll do more with the map in a little bit, but I want to show you. I started work on one of the issues and started iterating through that. I do need to end early today. I need to end in about 2 hours. I have a meeting that I need to attend. There's been a little bit of reorganization that's happened in my part of the division network, so need to drop in and see what's going on there. Hey, Ninja Ola, hello. Yeah, shorten that to just hello from Norway, and it'll grab that for you. You swapped out the normal Stack Exchange I distributed cache for the one wrapped by .NET Aspire's client integration and instantly got useful telemetry. Yes. The telemetry that comes in from using the Aspire distributed cache for Redis is phenomenal. It's really good. Hey, Apricot. Hello. Greetings to you in the Ukraine. Yeah, we're seeing some of those items popping up on the map, and we're actually considering using the Charlie map for the .NET Conf website. So that needs a little bit of work before we can roll it out over there. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Let me get some music playing in the background here, and then we'll roll over, and I want to show you a little bit of work that I was starting on. We can finish this off and move on to some more cool features here, because we're going to be focused on a little bit more UI capabilities inside of TagsApp today. Let me start up here. This is called Gift of a Guest. This is from the Stream Beats EDM playlist. It's upbeat. It's fast. It's great music to code by. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for this music we're listening to today. Make sure you check it out. Streambeats.com. There's all kinds of genres available out there. Oh yeah, don't forget to put on the gunners, Fritz. Yeah, there we go. Ninja Ola's on the map. I'll show the map real quick, and then we can get into some of the work we're going to do here today. Roll over there to the full screen. So I'm going to put on my Gunner Echo glasses. I really enjoy these. They're nice and light. They feel good. So rimless glasses, absolutely love it. So I need to figure out a good way to promote the glasses that I'm wearing on stream, so that it shows up and shows you how cool they are and how to get a hold of them. I'm gonna need to work on that. Hey, Napalm, good to see you. So we got a bunch of friends in Europe. There we go. And over there, I was hiding the Ukraine pin behind me. There you go. So we should have a Pittsburgh pin. Our first North America. No, it didn't grab that one. Interesting that it didn't. Yeah, there we go. And there's Robson. That's in. I wonder if it's I'll do a location set on that. And there we go. All right. Hey, a nerd. Hello in Omaha. Yeah, we'll see that one pop up out there. So sounds like some Philly-based Pittsburgh. Nah. So I was working on this issue. About adding a UI indicator to the moderation screen to show that if a connection is lost, here's notification that we're reconnecting. And I actually have it shut off right now. And this is the initial UI that Copilot gave me. Not bad. It's not great. I don't like the spinner there when it knows how long it's going to be to do the reconnect. I'd rather see a progress bar going along here that is ticking down to when it's going to do the reconnect. And the contrast here is awful. So I'm going to do that little bit of tweaking, and we'll see about rolling this out. Hey, Patty boy, good to see you in Glasgow. There it is over here. There we go. Our friends in the UK. While I do the manual map tour. So, there we go. We haven't seen C# Titan in a little bit either. No matter. It is late in the evening there. And there's BattleNet chiming in. Oh, exit Steam also. There we go. I've been playing a bit of Killing Floor 3. Getting used to... There's something that's almost cathartic about killing zombies. It is. So let me see here. Let me head back over here. Yeah. So here, this was what the instructions that I gave it about creating the reconnecting user interface. And I had it shut off the existing Blazor default reconnecting user interface. I want to replace that one also. Hey, Greenish Pepper, hello. Yeah, it looks like there's a sentence stop message there that we need to get Charlie handling. Just say hello from Canada, Greenish Pepper, and it'll pick that up. Nalian in Austin, Texas. How's it going there? There we go. In Madrid. There you go. Yep. Getting some pins on the map from our friends in the Americas. Thank you so much. Yeah, there we go. It puts that right in the middle of Canada, right there in downtown Canada, because you mentioned a country. That's probably better than putting it in Ottawa down here. Like, okay. Right, Ottawa's down in this area. So, CTI Geek chiming in. We've got our 2 East Coast. So, let me grab that user interface. I'm just gonna, this is one of the things I really enjoy doing with Copilot, is take a screenshot of some user interface bit and actually push it back on it and say, I don't like this. Like, the contrast, let me move this over because I don't want to lose the context of this. The contrast of the message and background are not accessible nor readable. Also, let's replace the spinner animation with a progress bar that that shrinks while counting. Yeah, while awaiting the next reconnect attempt. Yeah, give it that and we'll see what happens. What was that sound? I've never heard that one before. Somebody... I'm not familiar with that. No. That UI needs a marquee of marching ants. No! No. So if we put a place name in chat and it will put a pin in the map. Russ. It should, it looks for particularly a greeting of some sort. So it did not pick up Guten Tag from Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama, different from Birmingham in the UK. Different. Spelled the same, but different. You are in Ottawa? Oh, gosh. So it put it in the middle of Saskatchewan, and really we want to be over here. We'll see how the Senators are this year. They're in Ottawa. Yeah, there we go. All right. Going back over here, let's see what it like. What? Okay, there it is. I can see from the screenshot. Let's improve the CSS for better contrast. You wrote that CSS right into this page, didn't you? You dirtball. Update the HTML to use progress bar instead of the spinner. CSS for the spinning to improve the timing logic. To better handle progress bar timing, update the HTML. Add progress bar countdown methods. Now I need to update dispose async to clean up the timer. Blah blah blah. High contrast text, dark blue on light blue, dark orange on amber when reconnecting. Dark red on light red. Okay. And we've got the ARIA attributes on it. All status text bold for better readability. Replace the spinners. Countdown visualization shrinks from 100% to 0, showing time until next reconnect. Smooth animation. State-specific timing. 2-second countdown for disconnect retries. 5-second countdown for automatic reconnect states. Gradient backgrounds. Hey. Custom icons. Use bootstrap icons. Spinning arrow for reconnecting, connecting. I just said I didn't want a spinner and it put a spinner back in there. Let's see what we got here. So let's do, I'm going to do a .NET run because it's already out here.
ChatGPT answers questions.
It does.
I question your life choices.
You do.
We serve different functions entirely.
Entirely. And it's scary like that, Charlie. We should see this. Get back running. You're still restoring here? Come on. Really? That's not running. What, did we have to wake you up from building today or something? There we go. Aspire 942 is available. Okay. What's interesting is when you click upgrade instructions, there is no 942 upgrade instructions. I've let the team know about that one. And quite frankly, I'd like to have a button that I can click there that'll just do it. I mean, heck, we can just do it real quick here. Yeah, I know. I did Control P. Thank you. App host. No, I want app host CS proj. that one. And make that John 942. And down in here, not build. Packages, there we go. We're going to change some of these to 942. Yeah. Now next time it starts, it'll be 942. So if I go over here, it reconnected. So let's, right, okay, so there it is, running and no messages, and I'll stop the website by clicking the stop button down here that's hiding behind. Okay, that's nice. I don't want... And see, it counted down, and now what? You know? I'm going to give it one more chance. And then I'm going to get angry. And you wouldn't like me if I'm angry. I don't want a spinner icon. The progress bar. Let's put a period there. I would like the progress bar at the bottom of the dialogue. At the bottom of the panel. Across the full width of the panel. The progress bar counts down, but the next refresh doesn't happen when the progress bar reaches 0. Go fix that. Ninja Ola has had good success with GPT-5 on Copilot. I've heard that also, but honestly, I am such a fan of Claude Sonnet as the model with Copilot. I tried using GPT-5 for a little bit, and it I don't know. Maybe it's me. It just didn't click for me. I understand that the GPT-5 Mini is really good, but I haven't gotten that far into it and trying it and making sure that it delivers good resources. To me, this description and interaction is phenomenal that Claude gives. I really, really like this. Update the HTML to remove the spinner, move the progress bar to the bottom full width. Good. Update the CSS to style the full width progress bar at bottom. Yep. Okay. Height 100%. Right. Height 4 pixels. We can fix that. Update the progress bar countdown methods to be async and return a task that completes when the countdown finishes. Okay. You saw a post on Reddit that Grok beat Claude Sonnet in some coding benchmark. I've heard that also. And I thought I saw something that Grok is available in Copilot now. Does Sonnet have a free tier for GitHub Pro users? It's not free. It's going to cost you 1 request for each time that you execute it. So it's not free. It's included versus the GPT requests that are free with your Copilot Pro. You see the issue? You have the field declared in the right place. Update the reconnecting handler to use the async. Yeah, you're in the wrong project there, friend. You're in the wrong project there, friend. So, come on now. Yeah, where are those? I'm hearing sound effects, but I don't know. Don't know where from. And that's a little disturbing. Not YouTube. Definitely not YouTube. Yeah. Whatever it is, they're not showing a notification. I've been watching. Yeah, I can close that for now. Yeah. Hey, how you doing there, Jay? I've been watching Alien Earth. Have you seen the Alien Earth? Oh my gosh. So, I am a fan of Alien. My Nostromo hat is not in reaching distance here. I hate how it does this. And it thinks it's actually navigating these things. You're not. Okay, so that's connected and running. Really? Really? You're gonna make me do this? Ah, there we go. Now you're using Playwright. You like Alien, but it hasn't hooked you? Watch episode 5. So, I watched the first 2 Alien vs. Predator movies. Both of them, never really got me. Yeah, this is gonna freak out and be like, I don't have a user. Wait a sec. That register page, it's going in registering? You dirtbag. How did it get to register? Account register. I gotta remove that. Yeah. You're not an admin. So I was a big fan of the original 4 Alien movies. The 4th one, not so much as the first 3. And even then, the 3rd one dropped off significantly from the first 2. The first Alien movie is my perfect favorite movie of all time, right? Alien from 1979, like, wanting to do a horror movie set in space. And then they took that extra step to do something that nobody even considered and have a female protagonist. Are you kidding me? An action hero that's Lieutenant Ripley, Sigourney Weaver. Oh my gosh, so cool. And literally, it's my favorite perfect movie. And Aliens, for a long time, was my number 2. I think Avengers. What's the 4th one? Oh my gosh, I don't even remember the name of the 4th Avengers. I think that's moved into number 2 for me. Yeah, the Colonial Marines. That's right. In Aliens, the 2nd movie. Really? Stop it. Stop it. You're going way too far here. It's in here. Signal R connection indicator test. You wrote this.
Would you like to play a game of production deployment roulette? I calculate the odds of success at approximately 23%.
You stink. I don't know. We're not going to be deploying to production yet, Charlie. So didn't really get into Alien versus Predator and the Prometheus and the other prequel movies. Didn't really get into those either. Like you're trying to make a perfect story, have a backstory, and what the hell are you doing? I'll eventually watch them, but but Alien Earth, set in a time that is right before the first movie. Right before to right after the first movie, because there's a time jump in there, because there's a hibernation that happens, right? The space hibernation. So it's right in that time frame of the first movie. The sets look perfect as a throwback to the first movie. So the first episode looks like it was cut from that same genre, that same location as the first movie. Really, really good. Second, third, and fourth episode, okay, we're getting some other story that's happening. I tell you right now, the fifth episode, yeah, the CRTs were a trip. And seeing the old school typing and how the cursor followed, phenomenal throwback to 1979 retro future tech. That's a little bit of the inspiration for the console messages you see from Charlie that appear. So the fifth episode, skip right to the fifth episode. You can watch the fifth episode first and then go back to the first episode. Like, the fifth episode is intended to be a flashback that, okay, we've set up all this story for here's these new people that you've met. Here's the scene. Why am I talking down here? Here's the scene. There's all kinds of stuff that's going to be happening, and that's great. If you're a fan of Alien, start with the fifth episode. Don't start with the first episode. If you start with that fifth episode, you're going to tune in and go, I know this. Watch the fifth episode except for the last 7 minutes. Okay? Stop at about the 7-minute mark, because you know what happens. But it is a throwback to the first Alien, made in a way that is acceptable, that is high def, with all the exceptional special effects that you expect of big production movies in 2025. You gotta see it. Yeah, CTI Geek, Alien Earth. I that last episode was chef's kiss. So good. I would be tempted to say my favorite episode of a TV series in the last 2 or 3 years. Like, they've really done a number there. Like, the closest that I could come to something that I enjoyed as much as that might be the last episode of the Grand Tour, when Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and I forget the third guy's name, Captain Slow, drive off into the sunset. James May, all drive off into the sunset. I cried like a baby at that. The not the last episode of Game of Thrones, but the last episode of the 6th season of Game of Thrones. That one was better than the entire last season of Game of Thrones. And that, but episode 5 of Alien Earth, so good. If you're squeamish about horror movies, there's maybe 2 little bits that, yeah, turn away from the screen. And even then, it was on TV. You're not going to see that much. You don't see that much. And there is one thing in horror movies that really gets me. And they they twisted the knife on that one thing that really gets me. And I was watching it in VR, man. So that really got me. Like when everything is black around you except for what looks like a giant 80-inch screen in front of you. Ooh. That was something. So, how you doing there? Farts are funny. That's right. I said hello to farts are funny. I bet you put that in Florida, didn't it? It did. Jupiter, Florida. Right there. I got you. The Grand Tour was an amazing series. Such a sign-off to not just the Grand Tour, but Top Gear also. And Top Gear fell apart without them. They couldn't bring anybody in that had the personality, the chemistry of Jeremy, Richard, and James. They just couldn't. Yeah, I was watching it in VR. I was watching the series in VR. I got a new headband for this. Check this out. Check this out. I'm a big fan of the Quest headsets, right? Visor still no update. But I got it's called the Bobo VR headset. It has an air conditioner fan built into it. Space in the back for a removable battery. I've got 2 batteries that I got for these and a charger for them. Each battery lasts 4 to 5 hours, so I can go 10 hours swapping that in the back, in addition to the battery that's already on board. And there's an indicator here for how much battery is left, which seems kind of stupid. Because in order for me to see how much battery is left, I've got to take the headset off to see this. Like, couldn't you put a little thing that swings down and hangs as a little screen, little LCD screen right here, right underneath my vision so I can kind of peek down at it? But love this. I've been doing the elliptical wearing that. Doing the elliptical, and because I try and time box to about a half hour, 45 minutes, I've been running on the elliptical in the evening while watching Taskmaster. Man, I sound like I am such a BBC fan right now, don't I? Well, Taskmaster's on Channel 4. Still! Bacon Level, Alabama. Really? You're gonna try and get me with that? Yeah, we got you. Oh yeah, we got you. Mm-hmm. Charlie seems to only believe you're from the UK. Well, no, I'm only talking about the UK. So yeah, there you go. Bacon Level, Alabama, right there. Vail, Colorado. How you doing, Reg? Yeah, got a mark there. Hello there. What web am I creating? You're new to the channel. How you doing there? Is it Danes? Welcome over there on YouTube. This is our little map widget that we have here. So when folks chime in and say hello from, and they share some level of information about their location, you don't have to be accurate. You don't have to be very descriptive. Greenish Pepper said, hey, I'm watching from Canada, and it just put a point here in the middle of Saskatchewan up there. Like, all right. Turns out they're actually in Ottawa, down over here. Doesn't matter. But this is our little map that shows where folks are watching from. And it even has a little tour feature here. So it'll zip around and show where folks are watching from. But we're working on an application called Tags App that makes messages from social media services all visible in a unified user interface. And we're building a couple of UI features into that today. Feldkirch, Austria. Really? Oh, that's a new one for us. Let me zoom back in on our European friends there. So, oh, it did not pick it up in Österreich there. And Malaysia? We should have gotten... Did we get a Malaysian? No, it did not pick up those two. Interesting. So I need to do a little bit of tweaking, tuning on those. In Kuopio, Finland. Yeah, I guess, is that right about word? Okay, all right. But Feldkirch, Australia. Oh, I'm sorry, Austria. Don't say that wrong. Here, let me see if I can help with that. Location set, and that is for and we're gonna do Feldkirch, Austria. We're gonna get that one. Looks like we got it. There you go. And Danes is in Malaysia. And let's see if we can get that one loaded. Looks like, there we go. There we go. Right down there. So I've got to do some tuning, some checking there, but not bad. We're getting there. Am I a web developer? Sure am. Yep. I work at Microsoft on the Visual Studio and .NET teams. Right now I'm doing a lot of work with Aspire. So you're going to see us use Aspire a little bit here live on stream, and you're going to see how easy and friendly it is to use to build stuff with Aspire. Rochester, New York. So we got one there in Rochester, one in Auburn, and they're close enough that they're being clustered together there. Kuala Lumpur, really? I don't think it's gonna. So you do need to put together a little bit of a greeting message. You can't just list a location. It's the bot isn't just scanning for all locations. There you go. How you doing there? Alu the Dragon in Traverse City, Michigan. Right, there you go. So I've got some other work that we want to do here on this. Mitch says we got a new C-level exec who came in and said we're going to go back to the office in 4 days a week instead of fully remote. Oh boy. Suggested we should be vibe coding, exact verbiage, not an exaggeration. Am I cooked? Let's go back over here. Let me read through that and we'll talk about this. So Mitch says we got a new C-level exec who came in and suggests we're going back to the office 4 days a week instead of working fully remote, and suggested that we should all be vibe coding, exact verbiage, not an exaggeration. Am I cooked? No. Here's the deal. I think to a point, vibe coding works really nice. Let me show you, I'll show you what I've been doing with the tags app moderation user interface in a little bit here. But that little update to the user interface to add a panel that does a little bit, to get it to do that first pass, not bad. Not bad. Then for us as developers to go in and do the little tweaks that we know how to do, the little tuning, the little bit of architecting, and providing that documentation around the architecture, I think is in bounds for the definition of vibe coding. I agree with Codebase Alpha that your exec doesn't know what vibe coding is. They just read that in a document somewhere on a website, and they're saying, we should all do this. You can suggest to them, hey, why don't you try vibe coding a simple blackjack game in a web browser and watch how it doesn't deliver entirely what they're looking for. Now, that said, the technology is getting better. The models are getting better. The speed of the models are getting better. This is a onward ramp that is going to improve. That said, though, for where we are in 2025, here in September 2025, you're going to want to use that vibe coding approach. I don't want to say sparingly, but you probably don't want to use it more than 50, 60% of what it is that you're trying to generate. And even then, I would recommend using the AI to generate specifications for you, generate tests, generate playwright tests. Doing vibe coding for those things, very, very useful. Use the AI to generate API documentation. Yes. Use the AI to analyze and report back on some user interface accessibility things. Yes. Use Copilot to help out with formatting and moving blocks of CSS around.
ChatGPT,
Yes.
helpful and harmless. I prefer omniscient and intimidating.
I know.
Different design philosophies.
It is. It is. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you chiming in there. So his example was how he put Minecraft on his son's Android tablet via some vibe coding tool. No, Minecraft's available as an app on Android. That's not vibe coding. That's you went to the App Store and clicked install. So you're cool with using Copilot to build out some stuff, but if I have to drive 70 miles each way to get on a Teams call because my developers aren't in the office, yeah, I agree with you on that. You driving back and forth just to get on a Teams call or a Zoom or a Slack discussion, no, it doesn't make sense. What you're going to find is that folks are using return to office. Executives are using return to office requirements as a way to do a light layoff. It's an indirect layoff is what they're trying to do. Go ahead, take a picture. It doesn't know this one. I've got to teach it a little bit more about what this is.
The analysis is complete.
Low Viz!
Anchor logo has been identified with high confidence.
500.
Thank you so much. 500 bits into the channel. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to hit the plus platform on Twitch. Takes a certain number of subscribers, and right now we are less than halfway there. We might get there, we might not. But big thanks for the question there. Yeah, there's a lot more going on there behind the scenes that you don't know about. Yeah, the return to office turns into layoffs. It's Litany. Hello.
It's Litany just resubscribed for 9 months.
9 months. Ah, thank you so much. That's going to put you into a green subscriber loyalty hat. Thank you so much. Let me see here. So, you barely have any internal developers. Amount spent on contractors is absurd. Wait till you see how much they spend on AI tools. Wait till you see how much they spend on AI tools. If they're already spending a lot of money on contractors, you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah. The silly office contract that nobody uses, the office real estate, the commercial real estate market is in the toilet. It is awful. So they do return to office so they don't have to pay unemployment. That's one thing that's going on there. But they want to make use of their facilities so that they create some demand for commercial real estate. Think about this. If you're not traveling to the office, if you're not working in an office right now and you're working remote, all the little restaurants and shops that you would have gone to for lunch or you would have run out to during lunch to get a haircut, to pick up something that you need later that day. Can you pick up some green peppers at the grocery store there that's right near your office? Bring them home. I need them to help make dinner. Sure, no problem. Leave them in the car or whatever afterwards. Right? That type of parallel alongside those other industries, right? Commercial institutions that were benefiting from your office having people working there needing to do things just outside the office and be able to get back to the office during the day. Those have all suffered and gone under over the past few years. So it's also raising those businesses and getting them back. 2.5 minutes. Oh, on the hype train, Johan with 77 months.
You have just resubscribed for 77 months.
There you go. Thank you so much for the resub. Yeah, we're trying to get to a tier, even tier 1 of the Plus program here on Twitch. I really appreciate the subscriptions to help us get there. Hey, Eddie Dre, you got to check out. Eddie's been doing some great work on a bot of his own, but a bot that's going to be out there and public for folks to be able to work with. Really cool stuff seeing Eddie work on that. But you had a town hall talking about RTO. Yeah, that's where there are several town halls for my division this week, and folks are saying that's going to be part of the discussion. We'll see. The irony is you didn't do that. The rare Friday break being the exception. Okay. So I've always worked remote. My position was designed to be remote so that I can reach out and talk to customers in the mid-Atlantic United States. Right? You know, I'm right in here in Philadelphia, right? Right, there we go. Right, that's where I am, right there. And right, that lets me get up into New York very quickly, down into Baltimore, Washington, Baltimore. Very quickly, even get out to Pittsburgh. I know. It's true. You'll find me in Pittsburgh every now and again. So very easy for me to get to a bunch of these big cities on the East Coast here where there are customers and gives us a presence over here. So you've already started spamming job applications all over the place. Good luck to you. Semi-Pro Joe. You're 40 minutes from there? Fantastic. Out there, yeah. Right? Are you in Ohio or are you still in Pennsylvania? At the Royal Bank of Scotland, Surly Dev says they've got offices near Edinburgh, and they have a row of shops in the building, including coffee shops and dry cleaners. Exactly. Those little businesses are going out of business. 20 seconds left on the hype train. Thank you so much for the support. Sam would really love to go into an office. It's nice to have the flexibility to work from home if needed. I almost need to go to an office once every month or two to get that reconnection, to kind of get topped up on excitement and endorphins about the things that I work on. Ice Cream Stick Model asks, how many days in a month do I need to travel? So I was originally scheduled to travel at most a week every month or two. Call it a week every six weeks. Right? So what is that? What is that? 8 weeks a year? Like, that's not bad. However, if you've looked at the schedules, there are 6 major events happening in October and November around .NET and the Microsoft technologies. So I'm going to be at 3 of them. No, 4 of them. You're going to find me in Orlando at Dev Intersection. You're going to find me at Azure Dev Summit in Lisbon. You'll find me here online doing .NET Conf, and that's what we're coding and getting ready for. And you're also going to find me at VS Live back in Orlando in November. So traveling 4 weeks in 2 months is the anomaly. I'm not going anywhere in December. I'm probably not going anywhere in January. February, I'll be back on the road. So that's me. That's my travel schedule. So let me see here. Johan is chiming in from the Netherlands. Come here. There we go. South Elgin, Illinois is where Bograt is. Yeah. Used to live in Lancaster, says Semi-Pro Joe. Now back northeast of Pittsburgh. Ah, Lancaster. That's a great part of the state. You'd love to go to an office if it wasn't an hour or more drive away. Yeah, Billy, that's a little bit of a haul. Eddie's struggling like crazy with Blazor auto rendering. Don't do that. Don't do Blazor auto rendering. You don't need it. Cookie stayed persistent when returning back to your site from a redirect. Need to debug it more today. Don't do auto rendering. You're going to get better performance with the initial pre-rendering that you'll get from both WebAssembly pre-rendering on the server, right? That's already a thing. And pre-rendering from Server Interactive. You're going to get much better performance, and the time to download your WebAssembly, they're not going to notice it. They're not going to notice it. All meetings mostly are Teams meetings and no need to travel. Yeah, I agree, Ice Cream Stick Model. When I travel, it's because I'm speaking in person at various events, or I'm managing and running an event. I never travel for meetings. Like, that's not a thing. Hey, Eat Bites too. I'm going to grab that message because that's one that absolutely Charlie should be able to support. And I'm going to copy that in so we can do some analysis on that later. Timbuktu. How you doing, Chuck? That's what you're starting to notice? Toss out auto and just do pre-render? Yeah. It's auto meant well, but the complexity that it introduces, not necessary. Not necessary. Tell you what, Eat Bites, I'll do a location set for you. And I'm just gonna punch in Allentown. Because that'll be close enough for the rendering there. Right? And actually it's so close that it's grouped together with my pin here. So there I am, Philly, and there's Eat Bites in Allentown. So we've got a little 2 there on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. Is Charlie WASM? Nope. Charlie is Global Server Interactive. TagZap has some WASM in it, and I'm even then regretting it. I'm kind of regretting it. Let me head back over to TagZap and let's see what it delivered for us. So we're working on a little UI indicator on this page for when it gets disconnected. I need to go somewhere up here and grab the link. There's a lot of warnings there. Yeah, I know. Lots of warnings. Blah, 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 blah. This one. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it made me re-log in because I changed it to Aspire 942. All right. So there's the app. It's also running over there. So let me click stop on the application down here. That's still not. Restart that. I didn't refresh the page. So, right? Like, I saw a hint of it there. So there's the stop. Connecting to server and I'm not getting the progress bar at all. And you still put a little information button there. No, it is not .NET 10. Nope. This is stuff that you can do right now in .NET 9. You're excited about .NET 10, Johan? RC1 as a go live license? Yes. However, you, of course, as with the RCs, to maintain support, you'll need to upgrade to the following RCs. It's a release candidate. It's a beta that you're working with. Is the transition of static to interactive in WebAssembly is much slower than when it's on Blazor server. Yes, I agree with that. Do any changes on .NET 10? There were some. I thought there were some compression things that were done with that. You managed to get a new version of the logo uploaded. Fantastic. The Z and the Flash looks much better. Terrific. Okay, I'm all right with that, but the progress bar isn't doing anything there. So I'll tell that to restart, and this should get reconnected. But the progress bar isn't actually going anywhere. When WebAssembly came out and started being supported by browsers, I was really hoping it would remove the web's reliance on JavaScript. No. That's not entirely going away. And at the same time, yeah, see that? You're not getting anywhere. Keep all that. I wish I could open chat in editor. And yeah, I lost my Oh no, it kept the context. Oh, terrific. We'll move you over here. Right, this is the only thing that I really think is worthy of vibe coding. Keep that one. Get rid of that one. The progress bars don't count down, and the reconnect messages never update. Let that go on that. The server-side WASM stuff sounds interesting. It does, and I'm not. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not sure what to think of it yet, and I'll tinker with that at some point here over the next month as I get ready for it. Yeah. I do need to end in about an hour. WASM is WebAssembly is a fantastic technology that gives you that same type of sandbox isolation that containers do. So I think there's something there that is going to be valuable that not only gives us sandbox isolation, but portability and compatibility with code that's written in other stacks. And when we think about WebAssembly as a container in that same way, using it then to build MCP servers, to build agents, that's going to be something very compelling, I think. Yep, kind of like a Docker container for that isolation. Do I know the Blazor login page that uses SSR? Yes. Do you know how can you tell it to remember the username in an input element? I thought that was built into it. And you can use the JavaScript runtime. You can inject it and have it run there. Yeah. You can do that. That works. Or when it submits, write the cookie at that point when you do the submit. Semi-Pro Joe is like 5 minutes from you. Wow! There you go. The map is helping folks make connections. Semi-Pro Joe, do you mind if I just put an indicator on the map and just say in the Alleghenies? Do you mind if I do that? So that puts you somewhere near Pittsburgh, but not Pittsburgh? Sure? Let's see what we get there. There we go. So now we got 2 dots there near Pittsburgh, and they are close enough. Fantastic. Very cool. That's the kind of thing that I was hoping for. And when we put this into TagsApp with that larger audience, I'm hoping that helps folks find their community as well. You have to do some reading on Blazor Interactive Server. So many nuances. So, Eddie, when you start thinking about larger interactions, larger services that are running Interactive Server, you're going to start seeing more memory in use to manage those connections. for an application like yours, you're going to want to figure out how to push things through to hybrid cache, to not just memory cache, but hybrid cache, so it gets persisted off somewhere else and it's not in memory. And you can bring that back easily, especially as you scale horizontally. But doing things that are primarily server-side rendered with Blazor, the best performance that you're going to see. So, fantastic. Look at that. Let's see what Copilot has for us here. Says it started. Yeah, it did, but I'm stopping you right there. It was an async lambda return type issue. Good. Then let me go back over here. Let's try this. Refresh that. And so that should have my new stuff. It's running. Stop. And connecting to server. And it's still not counting down. Have a good one, Napalm. Thank you so much for joining us. It's still not counting down. And when I tell it to start, yeah, the reconnect isn't updating the dialogue. And I have a feeling, well, there we go. It got reconnected. But it's not reconnecting right. Not reconnecting right at all. One more, no, I'm not even going to do that. Let's do a diff on this and see if we can figure out where Copilot's being difficult. This should be empty, yeah. You go away. I don't want that test connection nonsense. Directory packages, sure. App host, yeah, you can come along too. Here on moderation, what did we do? CSS, all the CSS, blah, 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 blah. Connecting to server. If it's reconnecting, progress percentage. So that should be updating. Can you use a container and WASM? Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Streaming services bot that will also handle OBS overlay. Scaling is key, and also just knowing that feature is logged. You could do straight signal R with JavaScript on the front end. Then you're not doing a full Blazor state that you're remembering. And that might be better for you. Might be. I would need to test that. Okay, so that's fine. The progress percentage I need to look at. How it's calculating that. And it starts at 100%. That's not right. It should start at 0. Right? Or no, if it's counting down, then it is going to start at 100 and we want it to progress to 0. I do like working with APIs more than user interface. I used to like working on user interface, but yeah. Update every 50 milliseconds for a smooth animation, steps, progress timer, progress percentage equals, and then invoke async state has changed. If current step is greater than steps, stop the progress countdown. That feels like it should work. That feels like it should work. Start progress countdown async. What? This is what I talk about when I say the AI will do weird stuff and you're going to look at it and go, what the heck did... Start progress countdown async. Like, no. These look like the same thing. Where's your await in here? That timer, no. And it returns the task at the end. You don't need to return the task. There's the reconnect. And when reconnected, progress percentage is 0. Stop progress countdown. I want that, and I don't care. That's where it is right there. It's blocking right there. We don't want to block. No. Do I need a completion source? You go away. No, what I want is I want a cancellation token source. Yeah. Where did it go? You. Yeah, that works. Countdown cancellation source. Really? Fine. So now when I go back in here, that should update. So, yeah, look. State, due time. Hang on. No! No! Oh, shoot. Trying to go to DuckDuckGo. Not going to get there. I don't want state. There's a cancellation token in here. I thought there was a cancellation token on the timer. Hey, Jean Valjean, how you doing? Good to see you. That's Coder 24601. Yeah, I thought there was a cancellation token there. That should be okay. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's a great emote. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love it. Let me see here. So if I yeah, I thought timer had it would take a cancellation token. Due time period, time state, due time span period. No. Hang on, the timer callback. What's the timer callback? What is tags app? I'll show you in just a second here. But you can find more at, if you want to read. I believe it is threading timer. Timer.timer. What? Yeah. Oh, wrong way. New timer callback. What is that? Ah, that's not what I'm looking for. I want to be able to stop that. And wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dumb. we can do await task dot delay, give it a duration, and give it the cancellation token. And just do this as a while loop. Like, then I'll make this, I don't want to make it async. Yeah. Yeah. Return task.run, right? And it will take an action there, which is going to be that, right? There we go. And at the end of this, right, it takes a cancellation token. So let's say var token. What? Equals, what was it called? Right, countdown, token. Hey there, Danine, is that how you pronounce that? Thanks for joining us. And I'll pass in the token right there. Done. It's an action.
Oh, hello at Jenny's7. I was just thinking about cake.
Were you?
Specifically how your debugging skills are about as real as cake promises.
Charlie got you. I'm consuming threads incorrectly now. You're right, I am. And now I'm off the deep end. And I would need to pass the token in down here. And now I'm passing the token in, and no. What were you suggesting to do here? Hey, is that Katie? Hello?
It can only be attributable to human error.
Yes, it was my error, all right? Walk it back. Right. And yeah, and it's not gonna like that either. Just keep the timer object. And the timer progress that it was requesting was like 50 milliseconds. No, 3 seconds. That's not bad. I don't care. Hey, there we go. A lot of people call you odd things. I'll show you tag zap in just a minute here as we're working through this. So if I do it that way, then if I leave the cancellation token out here, I can... No, I don't need the cancellation token. I can just say, I can just kill the timer.
They called me a madman for predicting your compilation errors.
Yeah, I did.
And what I predicted came to pass.
All right, fine. So I don't... Yeah, I don't need these. Right? And there is a stop in here, isn't there? What were you suggesting? Just a dispose? ice cream stick model. Yeah, the async await in there is just messing things up. Change, and what do we got here? Due time end period. So I could set it to 0 to restart it immediately. And it'll also stop the timer. What options do we have here? Yeah. Right, just... really? Okay. Cool. So then down here, we don't need to await it. Because there is no countdown task. And when it connects, stop it. Yeah, I think that's what we wanted. All right. Kill that, John, and restart it. I'm already in that folder. So, Tags app is an application that allows you to see and work with social media messages across 6 different social media networks. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and a custom extension if you want to just hook up to some other location. There's easy capability to add in other providers to this. We're working on the moderation screen here and getting this up to date and working properly so that when there's a disconnect, something happens and the server goes away, it updates and gives you a little bit of information that it's reconnecting. There you go. See, connecting to server, and see, it's like halfway across. Like, what are you doing there? So we probably want to fix that timer a little bit. When I stop, so this is .NET Aspire. This is the Aspire dashboard
you hear that?
we're using. Yes, I do.
That is the sound of inevitability.
Nah.
The sound of
Are you going to go through all my quote commands?
failing.
Like, you're just burning through global cooldowns here. So I'm going to stop. There's a stop button right here behind my... I'm going to stop that and let's see if the animation kicks in here properly. No. No. That progress bar is not resizing. Or it's going to resize every 3 seconds. And I'm purposely using a dumbed down version that isn't connected to anything right now. We would normally see messages appearing here, and we'll get that lit up in just a few minutes. There's a link to the source code repository with some screenshots, and you can see how it was used during .NET Conf 2024. It was also used in .NET Conf 2023. And you're going to see it in .NET Conf 2025. But that isn't... It's still not doing the thing here. And reconnecting. Timeout infinite, and then... Is that what we want? Well, hang on. For the stop. Okay. So that'll stop it and then go to dispose. Oh my gosh. And look at this. A papyrus font request. Oh no. How you doing there, Ellie Face? Great to see you. You missed it. I was raving about Alien Earth a little bit ago. Oh, so good. Yeah. Yeah. Fine, I'll do papyrus. So we have redemptions that you can file on chat that will not just challenge me. Yes, it's going to be almost coding in hieroglyphics. Right, we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna go to my user settings. And where's my font? Right there. Papyrus. And, yeah. Why'd you do this? Like, really? I've got to, like, zoom in just a little bit because that is dang hard to read. Set a timer for 15 minutes. All right, here we go. Yeah, the Alien Earth episode 5 was really good. Such a great throwback to the Sulaco and Alien 1, the first Alien. I don't like calling it Alien 1. I'm so used to just calling it Alien. But if you don't call it Alien 1, folks are like, oh, you mean, whatever. Like, no. And then they put that dumb 3 as a exponent on Alien 3. I'm like, dude. That's right, ancient text font. Yeah. Threading timer has odd issues with daylight savings. I have no idea. I don't know. Oh no. All right, so we'll see if that fixed that bit. But I feel like that start progress cooldown, countdown. Hang on. Listen for moderation content. If not disposing and we were disconnected, we're reconnecting, set the progress percentage to 100. Status change so it makes it appear. Start the progress countdown. We'll look at the timer in there in a second. While that's right, because that doesn't block. No, there's no blocking in there. It stops the original progress cooldown, refreshes, and then it should be starting the timer down here. Is it not getting there? Oh, wait a sec. No, it should be every 50 milliseconds. We should get that. Yeah, we should get that stepping. You're still keeping your water bottle capped? Totally. If you watch this episode of Alien Earth, you will not leave your water bottle open at all. Ever again. You're going to be like those folks who go to Oktoberfest and have the lid on your stein, and you keep the lid closed when you're not drinking beer. You're going to be one of those people, except with water bottles. I have a circle water bottle. It's in the other room, and it's got a snap-on cap. That cap is always closed now. Don't even think about opening and leaving your water bottle open. That's a bad idea. I feel bad about leaving a soda can open now. I'm like, that needs a lid. I don't know. Do I like Alien Romulus? Didn't see it. Alien Romulus and what was it, Prometheus? Haven't seen either one of those prequels because I look at it and it's like you're trying to make what was a perfect movie in the first Alien. Like I'll go back and say it again. The first Alien is my favorite movie of all time. You're messing with a perfect movie. You looked at VS Code on the stream after focusing for a while and gassed up the font. I know, Sam. You can blame Alleyface on that one with the Papyrus Redemption. And I actually have another one out here to redeem for Lifecraft. I think we'll do Lifecraft after this. So ads are starting in 5 minutes for folks who are not subscribers. So this looks like it should be firing the timer, and it. Well, wait a sec. Should that be awaited? No. Let that run. I'm okay with that. Ellie the Redeemer. Ellie got her first bit of pro sports merch. She's got an Eagles, a Philadelphia Eagles. Wait, was that a sweatshirt? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to figure something out there. So that was not a jersey. That wasn't a jersey. I know Eagles jerseys. That wasn't a jersey. Maybe a practice jersey because it didn't have a number on it. That I feel like something here isn't working properly. Let me just try with that invoke async getting reset and see if that picked up here. The jersey material now. So that light, airy feel that sports jerseys have, right? You also see this for our European friends. You see this in football jerseys, right? Football shirts, your football kit.
Gemini sees images and text.
Yeah, Gemini does.
I see into the very essence of your programming inadequacies.
Shut up. That should be up and running. There we go. That good. It's connected. I feel like that first connect is showing up too early, and I need to do something about that. Okay. So let me stop the app. So I'll click my stop button over here, and we'll see. Yeah, see, it's not advancing at all there. This progress bar right here should be counting down. It's not quite coding in hieroglyphics. Dapper with a question here. Do I find that Claude AI, is that better when working with some specific code than Copilot AI? So I'm using Copilot, and the model behind the scenes is Claude. So I'm not using the Anthropic Claude coding tool directly. I'm using the Claude Sonnet model that the Claude coding tools depend on. I find that this model knows more about Blazor, knows more about C# and .NET than the earlier GPT models. GPT-5, it does know about them. But I also like the way that Claude explains itself. So that's my preference. I need to do another showdown between Claude Sonnet 4 and GPT-5 to show folks the difference between them. Do another video on that. That's something that was requested. Depends on the goal you're trying to achieve. Totally agree. So, Ellie, about the jersey material. So when I had the Live Coders jerseys made, they're the same material. It is such a yeah. It is a very comfortable material, particularly when you're streaming. Being here and being involved in thinking about and doing all the things that are involved in producing a live stream. This is going to sound stupid, but you get a little sweaty. Not going to lie. You get a little warm. There were Live Coders jerseys the first 2 years that we ran it, and we had sponsors. And unfortunately, the behavior of a few folks on the team didn't make the sponsors all too happy. So, yeah, the lights on us all day. Exactly. So, having that light jersey material, fantastic. So I haven't worn my Twitch partner jersey in a while, mostly because I gained weight. I'm down another pound. 19 pounds down. 16 to go. And I have been hitting the elliptical in the evenings. It has been, I don't want to say life-changing, but it has helped me. So when I cross 20 pounds down, it's going to be a big deal. Yeah, those Live Coders jerseys were really nice. The company that made them went out of business. So if I were to make another round of them, first off, I'd need to find another vendor, and then I need to find a way to raise money. And quite frankly, a lot of the folks on the Live Coders team aren't streaming anymore. And I would want to clean house and restart a whole bunch of things. I don't know. You started dropping finally too. There you go. Need to gain a little muscle before losing any weight. I'm trying to focus on the cardio and just get some weight loss there. I could go grab, there were 2 Live Coders jerseys. I could go grab them real quick, or I have the designs. Let me figure this out first. I'm going to put a logger in here. I'm going to put a console write line in here. We can make sure that we're actually hitting the timer. Console write line. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead, put that. That works. Don't mind. And go ahead and restart that. You were wondering where Kim Philpotts went. I think he stopped. Honestly, I haven't heard from Kim in a while. In a long time. Took a couple months off to recalibrate. Yeah. And there was a point midway through the 3rd year of the Live Coders where we were saying, hey, there's a lot of folks that have stopped streaming, and we want to recalibrate and drop folks from the roster because they don't stream anymore. People got so angry. And I'm like, you don't stream. Don't get angry at me when you're the one who's not doing it anymore. Like, leave room for other folks. So there it says reconnecting. So I should start getting log messages on the console. There we go. Stopping progress countdown. Well, there's your problem right there. It stops it as soon as it starts it. Some requirements up front. Exactly. Like, we had some very simple requirements. You had to be an affiliate streamer. You had to stream primarily tech content. And a bunch of folks were like, no, let me in anyway. No. So, you had a major burnout incident and stopped streaming. And I hear that. I get it. I am all for support of that, and that's where I think the Live Coders was going to be a great resource for that, supporting folks that burn out, because if you're burning out, to have other streamers and folks there that can either encourage you, give you some place to unwind, help you relieve that stress. Oh, yes. Yes. That's a good thing. We see that happening, I think, very well with the PH16 team. And helping folks with those resources is something that I thought the Live Coders would be fantastic at. So many of the original folks that were excited and got that started either stopped streaming altogether or just haven't been active with anything for the team. Everybody, for that matter. The Discord's a ghost town. So it is doing this, and then it's stopping, because current step is greater than or equal to... So, hang on. Current step is 0. So it's incrementing that. Hang on. The number of steps is the duration in milliseconds, which was 50 divided by the interval. I'm sorry, the duration was 3,000. Let's put that information in here. Decrement per step. Thank you. Current step. Come on, suggest it. Thank you. I think there's something wrong with that calculation. You still think it's a great resource, especially with Twitch having the coding and co-working. The coding and co-working club is what I wanted the live coders to be. It is. My problem with the coding and co-working club is, oh, did you? There, now it's doing the countdown. Stopping progress countdown. That's the end of our papyrus. I'm going to go to Lifecraft in just a minute. So, Ellie, did you see Lifecraft? Have you seen the Lifecraft font before? Because that one's going to bake your noodle. All right, so it's not counting or doing anything there, but it's also... So, hang on, start that again. Reload this, John. You don't see a way back into streaming anytime soon, and that's okay. That's fine. Why does it say YouTube? No, that's disabled. Connection disconnected. Okay. And nothing. What the heck did I do? All I did was... Now it's not doing anything. That's weird. You have a big coder's imposter syndrome? You can never do it live? There are some very famous folks in tech that can't do this. What the heck are you doing? Spotify just started zipping through. We're going to fast forward everything. What? All right, so the page is refreshed. Stop that. It's not even starting the countdown. It didn't even get into here. Because it calls stop progress countdown immediately. And it kills the timer. Right. If we want to reset... The timer's right there, and it's like... If we want to stop the timer, stop and close out the timer. That's restarting. This is going to should reconnect. No, I think the AI didn't go off the rails. It just did something stupid. So go ahead and stop that. Yeah, it's not. So this is where it's running as WebAssembly in the browser, and it should be trying to reconnect. And it's not. Right, am I sure it's running in the browser? Yeah, everything's downloaded. So it should be running in the browser. No. I'm wondering if it's running on the server in pre-render mode. Interactive WebAssembly, and the pre-render is turned off. All right, I'm going to change fonts again. And we're going to go to Lifecraft. Oh, yeah. That's what you were looking for. That was Nalian that requested that, gosh, 3 weeks ago. I'm sorry. 2 meetings down, 2 to go. Oh, I've got back-to-back meetings coming up here in 20 minutes. So, yikes. So, it doesn't look like this is being called at all. Will you look at how... Starting progress countdown. Right, I want to see that running. So, oh, and you want Thanos for 5 minutes? I can do that. I can do that. Even though I'm just about out of time, yeah, we can do a little Thanos to go along with us. Where did it go?
Oh yes. The Mad Titan is back. Here we go. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Alright. This is Lifecraft Fonts. Yo, what do you see this? Where was I? Back over here? There we go. Well, that's... Okay. Stop. It didn't... Right, I'm forcing the app to stop. That reconnect? Yeah. Okay. Is it not detecting when to start this properly? If not disposing, and we've been disconnected. If we're still disconnected. Right there. That's on connection close. It set connection state to disconnect. Okay. Console right line. Sure, that's fine. Give me some information because the connection states aren't right. It's not right! Get it right! Rejoin the server. Let's go! Yes. Alright. Website. Come on, get started. There we go. Website's running. You should be reconnected. There it goes. It stopped properly. Okay. Hard refresh. That's not a refresh. Yep. Whoa! I'm okay with that. Good. Okay. Shut it down. Bang! Nothing. No messages. And it's giving me reconnected. So... That's what's happening. We're getting reconnected. That's it right there. That's it right there. It's in reconnecting, not disconnected state. What we have down here for disconnected, we need to put on reconnecting, which passes an exception and a task. No, it wants a task. How do we know how long the reconnect is? Man, this is hard to think straight. Hey Hassan, thank you for the follow. Oh boy. With the automatic reconnect, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I could put those in an array and count up them and know when they are. Oh, I can stop.
Okay. I do like the Thanos sound effects, but man, that's hard to concentrate through. Makes you feel like you're in line for a roller coaster. Cool. Right, this is, it wants in, what are the overloads? No. It's a time span array. Yeah. Okay. I can work with this. I can work with this. Yeah. All right, I don't need to be on the working tree, and I'm turning off Lifecraft now. Oh, there we go. It gets so hard to think when you're looking at all that stuff. Right, the AI's gone off the rails here, so I'm reeling it in here. There's start progress countdown. But really I want that on... where's the reconnecting? Reconnecting right there. So there's the time span array. So I want private time span array. Don't, yeah. Time span array. Yeah, reconnect delays. There you go. Can we do Please tell me from seconds isn't... Oh, it does want to double. Okay. So, yeah, let's do the first one in 1 second. So, 3, 8, that puts us out at 13 seconds. There is a font family. It'd be great if it could do in the chat also. You're right. I am... okay. So then here, I can take this and replace that with... reconnect delays. Let's make this a private static read-only. Because then it's reconnecting, not in the disconnected. Because see, it's reconnecting here. So maybe... Am I not? Is it not triggering closed? Let's put one more log statement in there. Let's see if that catches it. Just picking up when these events occur and identifying and logging them. I would have thought Copilot would have gotten these correct. I would have thought. But it sure feels like it missed here. Okay. Looks like it's running. There, look at save progress. And it was counting down and stopped because it was fully disconnected. And now it's not going to try and reconnect because it's disconnected. There's a countdown. And there it's reconnected. Do a hard refresh. And I'm going to want to make that display not appear. Like, yeah. There's an eventing order of events there that we need to address. So back over here, stop that. I thought I said stop. Stop. No. The closed event isn't what fires, it's the reconnecting event that is firing. So... And it doesn't try to reconnect multiple times here. Because that reconnect attempt ++ would have incremented that bit of the user interface. Yeah, and then we're going to need to wrap up. Kind of annoying that it's got to rebuild so much. Come on, let's see what we get here. Nerd Fonts has some great fonts. That's where I get my Cascadia code version that I use in with the Powerline options added onto it. Yeah, that initial display, I want to get rid of that. Reconnecting with attempt 0. Okay, so we're connected at that point. Stop it. Reconnecting with attempt 0, and it made it attempt 1. And it's not trying to reconnect with the delays that I've provided either. Right? With automatic reconnect. What other options do we have on that? No. Retry policy, reconnect delays. So I've passed in a set of reconnect delays. But what events does that fire? Default retry policy with the reconnect delays. Give me one of those. There's the default retries. Retry delays equals that, and it's basically copying over. Okay. And then there's a next retry delay. But it's not. It's not retrying. Come on. Use the Microsoft documentation to look up in SignalR what event is fired when the with automatic reconnect configuration is added to my hub connection builder.
Young developer, your skills are impressive, but you are not a Jedi yet. Continue learning. Under my observation.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Help me out. Help me, Copilot 1 Kenobi. You're my only hope. With automatic reconnect. Yeah, what is it? So I have the Microsoft Docs MCP installed so I can go in and take a look at what's happening here. Okay. Three main events. Reconnecting, the connection is lost, and before starting any reconnect attempts. So it fires once. And the client is reconnecting. Reconnected is when it successfully reconnects. So is it firing a connecting event? What event is fired during each of the reconnect events when each delay happens? After each delay happens. I think that's words. There's no separate event fired after each individual delay. Here's how it actually works. Reconnecting, reconnected. Is bypassing the automatic reconnection system. You're essentially doing automatic reconnect 4 times, bang, bang, bang. If it fails, closed event. The manual code starts over with its own reconnection. Use only automatic reconnect and rely on the built-in events. Use only manual reconnect and get rid of it. Yeah. Let's remove and do that. I need... shoot. I'm out of time. I need to go. I have a meeting to get to. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm iterating on this. We're going to go through. I'm going to spend some time. I'm sitting in larger meetings where I can still iterate on some of these things. But I'm going to tinker with this. I'm going to work on it a little bit. I'm on an ad. Darn it. I'm going to take a look and see what I can do to get through this and get this manual reconnect working on my specified retries so that I can force it to work. Let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network that I can get you connected to. It's doing something fun, doing something interesting. I see with my little eye. Let's go connect over to our friend Alicia Griffin. She's breaking some bot things. That's not the one I wanted. It's this one. Did I spell her name wrong? 2 F's. Oh, gosh. All right. There we go. Patty Boy, I'm going to take a look and bring your logo updates into the mix later today, maybe tomorrow morning. But good updates there. And I'm going to finish off this moderation reconnect capability. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, there's lots of great videos available for you over here, somewhere down here. You can check those out, replays from previous streams and whatnot. Get ready to say hi to our friend Alicia Griffin, and I will see you next time. And until then, I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.